Hi everyone, I'm back. I came back. It's been a long day. I'm happy to be here with you at 5 o'clock, but it's been quite a long day for me. I've had a lot going on all day, and as I'm sure you have as well. And so I want to say hello and see who's with us and see how your day's been going so far. Irina. Goodness. Okay, so it is Tuesday afternoon and beautiful weather, New York City. Hey, Anne, how are you? Anne, how is everybody in Florida? How are your horses? Last I saw on Facebook, everything seemed to be good, which I could not be happier about. Don's with us. Nice to see you. Jean is with us. Nice to see you. Laura, Annette, Raymond. Nice to see everybody. Very nice to see everybody. I thought that what would be fun to do on Tuesdays is to kind of take a look inside my gallery or my projects. Hi, Chris. Nice to see you this afternoon. For quite some time, I'm going to give you a little bit of a history. Not too much. I don't want to bore you. But we had Cheryl McGinnis Gallery, a contemporary salon, and that was pre-war space, this space, and used it as a gallery. Hey, Rose, how are you? That was very, very successful. It's where I launched several important Chinese artists. I actually launched a lot of careers from here. Artists that have gone on to show in other galleries and have really, really important careers. Hey, Stan. Yeah, it feels like the evening. It is. Hey, John. So then from there, I had a commercial space. And I just made it an extension of the gallery, but I did open it to the public. And then after that, during that time, I found the Flatiron and started curating that. And so I thought it would be fun to kind of look at it gives you more of an idea of what I'm doing, but also just, from the curator-artist perspective, curator-dealer perspective. So, and shows that I curate for the Flatiron, it's a very different kind of understanding. So this became a viral and famous picture last year. Oh, good. You have Anne has power from the generator. Okay, good. We're glad you have power, right? So last year in January or February, we had a big snowstorm here in New York, and I had curated the space with Chelsea Heineck Brown's installation of flake. We called it Flakes, and it was kind of a paper cut origami, and the flakes just hung, and it was quite beautiful for the winter months. And then lo and behold, we have this fabulous snowstorm. And everything got canceled. The whole city felt like it was canceled for quite some time. And then this photographer who lives in the neighborhood actually took this picture and he posted it, and it quickly went viral. So you have the Sprint sign on it, you have the artwork there, you have the city view. There's a lot of different components. Hey Maggie, how are you? There's a lot of different components happening here. And it was really fun. Picture, I thought, was really captured the snowstorm and such. But what was really interesting to me at that time was using this space, knowing at that time that it was kind of my last hurrah at the Flatiron. Of course, you all know I'm back, but at that moment it was the last hurrah. So at that point, I really wanted to expand my platform of curating art. And so I wanted to include dance in that. And so I got Dion Wilson, a phenomenal Alvin Ailey principal dancer, to kind of interpret the art in the space and come in and do some music. Is that Colin? Hey, Colin. And interpret the visual art, but with dance. I'm on my phone, but it looks like a painting from the 1890s, doesn't it? And it does, but it's not. So, and we did a series of these dances, or he did a series of movement and kind of interpreting Chelsea's idea of, it's kind of the three of us worked together. It was not just, I just dropped my glasses, sorry guys, just not Chelsea's concept of the flakes, the dancer's notion of Alvinelli's movement and dance being of the people and from the people. I'm sorry, you guys. Hi, Mark. I have to get my glasses if I expect to see anything. Sorry about that. Okay. And then also as a curator, from what I was doing was in the space is making art accessible to all, but also an experience. So we didn't advertise this. People just walked by and they would see Dion moving, and it was phenomenal. And then I got this incredible photo with the clock tower in the middle. And so we had, it came from here to here, and I'm going to post a little movie after that I couldn't get my movie posted. There's a way to put a video in this system that I'm using here with you guys, but I couldn't do it today. I apologize. Hey Derek, hey Nav. So here's Dion with another evening. The first evening he performed with Akui Nona Parker, who is one of my favorite dancers. So to meet her was just incredible for me. And he brought Akua into the place, and they did this movement together. And it was amazing. In the video that you're going to see that I'll post in the feed, that there's this wind or the air that comes up from the floor of the Flatiron, and you'll see what happens to the dance when that happens. And it was really amazing because I kind of intimidated myself as I put this together in my mind and worked with Dion. Hi Laurel, nice to see you. Who's this? Hey Derek. I put it together in my mind, and then when Akua came in and Dion and Akua started working together, well, they've danced together for many, many years throughout the world with Alvinelli. And I thought, I'm not necessarily needed here to stay out of their way. And yet these major artists were so gracious and so wonderful to work with. They wanted feedback and input, and how do you see this as the curator, and how do you envision this, and are we meeting your vision? And it was really just an amazing experience, and still remains that for me. I want you to look at this image, and you'll know when I post the video after exactly what I mean. Hey Mark, how are you? So these vents, you see, this kind of air comes up from the basement of Sprint. And this was very unexpected, very, very unexpected. And I want to show you this other photo from another image of just the artists, just Chelsea's work there, just the visual artists' work there, those beautiful flakes, in the window, and we had that great snowstorm. So it was really, I felt like after I had done this exhibit, I felt like I could say goodbye to the Flatiron. Don't you love do you see that? Oh, you'll see it in a second. Your feed's a little behind mine, but I want you to look at the shadows on the ground outside look at the shadows there from the light, how beautiful. And Akua's arm, the way her hand just reaches and how beautiful she is. And you'll see it in the video. She's just breathtaking. And so is Dion, and the way they work together. And again, they've been at the Kennedy Center. They've performed for presidents. And they had said afterwards that it was one of the most remarkable spaces that they had worked in, and it was really, really phenomenal. So that felt like I could say goodbye to the Flatiron at the time, but at the same time I felt like I left, but that it wasn't done. And so you all know I'm back, for whatever reason, just the politics of it all. But I just this notion of art, and Smart started looking at a piece of art every day and kind of filling ourselves and ending our day, beginning our day, continuing our day, whatever that is. But also to see dance in that, to hear music, it all feeds into it. So I really wanted to share that look with you today, from kind of my gallery archives or my projects. I'm more going by Cheryl McGinnis projects these days than Cheryl McGinnis gallery, because I've kind of cast a very wide net now, and I realize there's a much bigger entity to it all. So I hope that you enjoy that, and I hope that you ponder that and think about it. I'm immediately going to post the movie. You have to see this little vignette of this dance that they do together. I remember on my way home, we went out to dinner all together, and I took them out to dinner with my family, and it was just such a beautiful night. And then went home. I think I cried most of the night. I was so overwhelmed with emotion, not because the Flatiron was ending, for what they created and what we created together out of just this kind of thinking about using the Flatiron as this think tank and art and what we can bring in and what we can work together on and what we can collaborate with. It meant so much to me and still does. So I really wanted to share that with you today. I'm going to post the film, and I want to hear all of your feedback. Very excited for tomorrow. We'll do Woman Crush Wednesday. I think I have a good one for you. We're going to be on Cheddar on Friday, and I'm looking forward to that. So I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining me back here again today after jury duty and everything else that took up my day. I will see you all tomorrow morning, and I'm going to post this little film now. Thank you all. Have a great evening, a beautiful evening, and you need to have a nice glass of wine. And everybody in Florida, right? A collective sigh. Wait, what does Anne say? So happy to hear about this. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. Thank you all very, very much, okay? I'll see you tomorrow morning, 8:45. Bye.